Well, hello. Welcome to I'm Right, the countdown. So, we've got about 4 minutes and 22 seconds, and the show will begin. But if you are listening to this in replay, you can fast forward past this spot and get right into the show. But if you're going to listen and watch the show live, we'll be starting in about 3 minutes and 55 seconds. And get your popcorn or your snacks or your adult beverage, whatever you would like to listen and watch and possibly participate in tonight's show. There will also be a link if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook where you can just click if you want to be part of the show. You want to talk within the show just like us, like you were one of our guests or something like that. All you have to do is click on that link and follow the prompts. And all through the show, or not all through the show, but a couple of times in the show, there will be a QR code that pops up. And you can also scan that with your smartphone and follow the prompts, and that will bring you to the show. And don't be nervous, because this is a friendly, safe place to be. So if you happen to want to be in the show, on the show, participate within the show, we will let you know after you follow the prompts. We'll be able to see that you're in our audience. Our green room is what we call it. And we'll let you know when we're bringing you to the stage, so you'll be all ready. So that's how that works. We love that you're here, and if you're listening to this show in replay, you can just fast forward past this spot and get right into the show. So we have about 2 minutes, and we will be here. I will be here. Jill will be here, and you'll be able to see and hear our beautiful voices and faces. So I'm going to see you in about 1 minute and 45 seconds. So please stand by. Well, we have about 1 minute and 10 seconds to the beginning of the show, and I want to give a good shout out to all of our friends from Mammoth Cave and Cave City, and we will be seeing you all next weekend. Ooh, that's going to be exciting. So yes, we will be there in Kentucky next weekend. So you all know which event we're going to. So we'll see you there. Let's see, what else have we got? Tonight's show is going to be interesting. We'll be able to see what you think and how you feel about this if you make comments. And remember, you can comment or ask questions in Facebook or YouTube anytime you wish, and we encourage it. So we've got about another 10 seconds, and we'll be right here with you. So please stand by. Hey.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Yes.
This is I'm Right.
I'm right.
And I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova. I am.
And we're back.
We are
It's
back.
Wednesday. You know what that means? It
What
means
does
we're here.
Wednesdays-
It means it's time for I'm Right.
I'm right.
That's what it means.
Wednesdays mean we're here.
That's right.
Okay, you know what that means.
Well, we are. It feels like I'm in a bad skit.
Anyway, we're here. And
We
it's
are
Wednesday.
here. It is Wednesday.
It's time for
I'm Right.
I'm right.
But they already know that. Right,
Gee.
right.
Yes.
Who's
yes.
here tonight?
Who is here tonight?
Is anybody
We'll
with
see.
us?
You know, it's just, sometimes they come in drips. No,
Like
drips.
drip,
Drips and
drip.
drabs.
Drip,
you know, just
drip,
dripping in, just coming in, you know. So, but that's cool. We just love that you come.
That's
at
right.
all.
That's right.
Yes. Even if it's in the last 10 minutes, we still love it that you come.
That's right.
And we're always happy to see you.
We are.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
And speaking of happy to see people,
about happy?
last week it seemed like we had quite a few people here.
Yes.
And last week, what did we talk about last week?
You-
I just forgot. That was last week. Last week.
You're not supposed to forget because
You're rubbing off on me.
Was it about? No, that's this week's show. This week's show is about arrogance,
And confidence.
confidence. Oh, last week I remember it was settling.
Oh, yeah.
It was settling. Should you selling?
Good enough.
Good enough. What's good enough?
See, I knew we'd figure it
something
out.
Good enough. And funny because I have a story about good enough.
What's your story?
And this happened today. So I met this fellow.
I'm about to lose my necklace, but go ahead.
Don't lose your necklace. We'll have to send out a search crew for it.
Anyway,
I'll look.
it's only 8 p.m. Eastern. It's not time for that kind of show. All right. So what's your
Anyway.
story?
So back with the theme of settling. Mm-hmm. So I met this guy. And I
Met a guy.
I met a guy, you know, where I in my work that I do for the day, and I said, hey, are you ready to retire yet? He says, well, maybe in about 2 years, he would retire.
Okay.
And then we start talking, and he says, yeah, I'm on my second marriage. He says, but my first wife, I was married for 18 years.
Okay.
I was like, wow, that's quite a long time. And he says, yeah, we were childhood sweethearts. We got married right after high school. And I was like, man, that's actually, you know, pretty cool, you know, and married for 18 years. Okay. He says, yeah, everything was going fine.
Until
Yes, we had an inheritance of some land, and we had this land for most of our marriage. So I guess they came into the inheritance of the land, you know, like when they were young, you know, like 19, 20 years old. Somebody
not a
left
bad
them
deal.
some land, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, they didn't do anything with the land. They didn't, you know, have a lot of money to do anything with it. They you know, they were young kids. They couldn't even afford to build a house on it. So
Oh, it didn't have a house on it?
no, it
Okay.
was just land.
Okay.
It was just land.
All right.
He said, and then after 18 years,
18 years.
Publix, the grocery store, wanted to buy the land because they wanted to build a grocery store there.
Okay.
So they sold the land. Now, he didn't tell me
For a
how
good
much.
price?
Yes. Apparently a good price, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said it was more money than we ever had seen in our life. We never thought we would even see that much money.
Okay.
He says, so to celebrate, my wife made this fabulous dinner. And he said it was the greatest meal
Oh, hold
ever.
up. You said, wait, which wife? First wife?
First wife.
Because
First wife.
you did say he was on his second wife.
Yeah, but this is the
okay.
story from his first wife.
Okay.
This is how, anyway.
Okay.
So his first wife, his childhood sweetheart, they got married right out of high school. She made this fabulous dinner. And he said the dinner was great. He felt like he was living a life. They got all
some
this money,
got
good food,
got his belly full.
He's got
okay.
his wife. He's nice and happy. And she said, "Excuse me for a second. I'll be right back." And she gets up from the table, and she comes back. And
she did come back. Okay.
He's still feeling good, right? He's like, "Yeah, I had a good meal. We got money."
He's thinking she has more surprises.
Yeah.
And she did.
She did. He said she came back and she threw divorce papers on the table.
What kind of papers?
Divorce papers.
He didn't see that coming?
No, he thought they were happily married. And
so she was waiting to have money?
I guess so. But that's what we talk when we were talking about settling or, just what is enough. So that was a case of settling. So obviously she just settled on him because she figured that I will never have anything else. So
yeah, but
he's the best
married,
that I've got here.
But didn't they get married when they were really young? Like, how would she know that?
But she probably made that decision when she was young. That, this is the best I'm gonna have.
Wow.
And she married him, and then as soon as they got money, she divorced him.
Wow. But
and
you
he
said
thought they were happily married. He thought they were.
Is he happily married now?
Yes, he got married again.
Did they get a prenup?
I don't know. I did not ask him. So that's just a side note on, for the last
on good
episode,
enough.
What's good enough.
I see.
So don't settle.
I see.
It may come back and haunt you.
I guess so. Well, I'd like to welcome people are answering the roll call. We have John. We have Alan.
John, hey, what's up, John and Alan?
And we have Connie and Ronaldo.
Connie and Ronaldo, hello.
Hey, everybody. Hey.
Good
and
to
so tonight's... John said, I sure would have. You're talking about the prenup, right? I sure would have too. Certainly ask questions.
Jill and I don't have a prenup.
That's because we didn't have any. Well, I don't have anything. Do you have anything? Wait a minute. I should have asked that question. I don't have anything. That sounds like a conversation after the show. All right. Okay. So
No
tonight's
no prenup, no post-nup. Didn't we have a show about that?
There is such a thing as a post-nup.
No post-nup either.
Well, tonight's episode is about arrogant people versus confident people, because we believe there is a difference. It's part of a segment that we call
Stand by your stance.
Are you confident? Because I don't think you're arrogant.
Here's the thing. I am very confident.
Very confident. So not to the point. Let me rephrase the question. Has anyone ever called you arrogant?
Maybe.
That's a yes or no question.
They might have said it behind my back.
That you're aware of.
Maybe. That's a
yes to me.
That's a deeper subject. But here's the thing. As many of you know, I'm big on perception. And my thing is, yes, I'm very confident. I'm a very confident person. Okay. However, some people may mistake my confidence for arrogance.
Well, what do you think the difference is? What's the difference between arrogance and confidence?
Well,
because to me, there's one very fundamental difference. But you go first.
Well, I started with perception. See, perception is a thing. So if I say, I want to do, if I say, I think I'm going to do something. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to start another business.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
I've said that often. Okay.
Yep, you have. And
I'm
you
gonna
actually
I'm going to
followed
start another
through.
business.
You
right?
follow through with it. Yep.
And someone might ask, well, how do you know you can do that? I can do it because I want to do it. So I can sound arrogant.
Or is it confident?
That's the question. It goes into perception.
Whose perception? Yours or theirs?
Their perception may be that, oh, he's just arrogant. He's just saying stuff like he's arrogant. He's just overconfident, or he's full of himself, or things like that. And I'm not. I'm a regular, down to earth person.
I agree. I agree with that. And John says arrogance is confidence tainted with a sense of entitlement. And I agree with that too. I definitely agree with that. Because, and John and I have worked together. We've definitely met some arrogant people, and we've definitely met some confident people.
Yes.
And you're right. And you're right. Arrogance does include confidence,
Yes.
right? And I've said to you sometimes, it's like, that, someone that people perceive, to use your word, as arrogant, but they can back it up because they're really good at what they do. So to me, the difference is arrogant people always make it about themselves, and they can be condescending about others' skill points or traits. So they think they're the best thing ever. Not only do they think they're great, but they think no one else can touch them. And confident people often, even though they're very well aware of their own skill set and that they can do it, even if, to your point, even if they've never done it before, but they're also, usually confident people are also the people who encourage others to shine too.
Yes.
Like they're confident in you as well. They don't make it they don't need the spotlight. Now, they'll acknowledge, yes, I can do that. And yes, I can do it well. I do that. I when somebody, people ask me to do stuff all the time. And sometimes I'll agree to do it, even if I've never done it before. And I'll do it fine. I can do that. And I'll do it.
How do you know you can do that?
I don't know. I just think I can.
I can do that.
I think I can, and I do.
Yeah.
But I also encourage other people. Like I see what they're good at too, and I'll talk about it. And I certainly don't make myself sound better than everybody else. Sorry,
knocking my mic out the ballpark. Trying to get rid of me.
See, no, I'm not. You ask every time before the show. Tony's like, do you think you're going to hit your mic? So I guess you'll start asking me, do you think you're going to hit my mic? So to me, that's the difference, is that arrogant people, it's all about them. All about them. And they really believe that they're the best ever.
Well, this is true, but when you bring perception into it, now this is another thing I think, that the people that perceive confident people as arrogant, now this is a loaded statement, and I'm going to get a lot of flack.
I think I know where you're going with it. Go ahead.
I'm going to get a lot of flack.
Go ahead.
On this one. But I think these are the people that err on the side of insecurity. The doubtful people, the people that will say, oh, I can't do that because of this, or I can't do that because of that, or I can't do that because I've never done it before. I think those are the type of people that would say that you're arrogant when you're confident, when you just say, matter of fact, I can do it. But you've never done it before. But I can do it. I know I can do it.
So you're saying that sometimes when people believe they themselves can't do anything, or I would never say that about myself.
Correct.
Then they're the ones who
will perceive
a confident person as being arrogant.
Yes. This is
simply because they do believe they can do it, even if they've never done it before.
Yes.
That Then I've been called arrogant a lot then behind my back. Didn't know.
Well, that's what when you asked me in the beginning, has anyone called you,
Arrogant.
arrogant?
And you said maybe.
Maybe, because it comes through the grapevine,
Right. Right.
So maybe they said it, maybe they didn't. It doesn't matter to me. So,
And John adds, overconfidence is, hey, honey, watch this. It's a delicate balance.
Yes, and this is why one of my favorite words is hubris.
That is one of your favorite words,
And yes, because I may be guilty. Hey, watch this.
Like that time you tried to jump over a fence and
yes.
fell.
Yeah.
Everybody
Hey, watch
laughed.
this.
Everybody laughed. Everybody laughed. Didn't clear that fence.
Not as young as I used
Yep.
to be. But I used to be able to just over the fence, but no, I didn't quite make it. However, I did it again, and I made it on the second attempt.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. We were nervous for you that second time, but you did it.
Y'all weren't nervous.
Yes, we
You
were.
ready to laugh.
We were, but we thought, oh, don't do it. We thought the second time might be worse, so we were nervous for you.
We need to go back to that park.
So you
I
can do it again?
Jump the fence again. Yes.
And
I
what,
am
to prove
probably
what? Who are you
10
proving
or
anything
12
to?
years older than I was then.
And why? What would be the reason? Because you're arrogant and think you want people to know that you can jump this fence?
We can bring cameras and video, and we can air it on the show of me jumping over this fence.
Is this arrogant or is this confident? John is wondering if you used to have a deeper voice.
No.
Because of the fence incident.
No. I didn't. That's not the spot that got caught.
That is true. That is
my
true.
feet that
Yep,
barely cleared.
I can still see it. Just like it happened yesterday.
I'm glad there was no video, though.
Well, see, next time we'll be ready. Careful what you ask for.
I've never seen myself fall flat on my face.
So you want us to record that?
No. Well, say I won't. I'm gonna clear it.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't we get to
I tell people, I get younger and younger every day. I do.
Why don't we get to our second segment that we call
I'm trying to help you.
Well, what advice do you have if people perceive you to be arrogant? Does that matter?
That's actually, you just took it away from me. Don't worry about it. You're confident. You don't worry about
the arrogant
people perceive you as being arrogant. Don't worry about it. You don't care. Don't worry about it. It's that simple.
Hi, Todd. Hi, Zoida. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Todd. Zoida. Where's Zoida? I didn't see you.
She's with Todd.
Okay, hey. Okay, cool.
See, I know the couples.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't see Zoida. Okay. All right. But
well,
cool,
we were just talking about how Tony is either, I don't know which, arrogant or confident that he could clear this fence that he totally fell over last,
but
he didn't
clear.
It the
second time. It's okay.
Yeah, but that was 10 or 12 years ago, and now he wants to do it again.
I want to do it again.
But this time he wants us to record it, and we'll happily do that, because if he doesn't clear it, then we have proof.
And we will air it on I'm Right. We will. That's what we'll do.
Oh boy.
But yeah, but and when you all just got here, you probably heard me say, if people perceive you as being arrogant because you're confident, don't worry about it.
Yeah, because I mean, and that I would say that too, because the thing about perception is that it's theirs.
Yeah.
And often we can't change that. Nor can we, if someone is arrogant, we can't change them either.
That's true.
They're going to be who they are. They are going to be who they are.
Yep.
So that's that.
No, I am not arrogant. I am very humble.
You're very what?
Humble.
I heard you.
You know that word, don't you?
I heard you.
Humble.
I'm just trying to think of the word between humble and confident.
A confident person can be humble.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
That's you?
Yes. That is me. But ask like it's a question.
It was a question.
Yes, it absolutely is me.
It was a question. You are humble. I'm joking, everybody.
Jeez.
I'm joking. Don't get upset. I'm joking. Tony is one of the most humble people I know, and he's definitely. You wouldn't have made it to the second date if I thought you had any ounce of arrogance at all. So no, that's a personality type I don't deal well with. Which is amazing that I lasted in TV as long as I did, because that industry is full of arrogant people. Oh my goodness. So I don't know how I lasted that long, but yeah.
I remember when I used to go to the conferences with you.
The journalism ones?
Yeah, I would hide from the journalists. If they would, because I would have a name tag and they would want to come and talk to me.
Yeah, because they would like,
I was like, no. Not because I was afraid of journalists. I'm not afraid of journalists.
That's good, because I'm a journalist.
Different mindset. I am not a type A personality.
Nor am I.
Yeah, you said the wrong business.
Which is why I was behind the scenes. Not to say that everyone in front of the camera is a type A.
No,
not all of
everyone,
them are, but that industry breeds type A, and I have what I think the A stands for in that regard.
Oh, Jill.
We have Dave and Sam.
Nice.
Oh, I say that to their faces. They know I believe that. They absolutely know I believe that. Dave and Sam are here with us tonight, and they say, I'm confident I will laugh when Tony does not clear the fence.
I'm clearing that fence. I am clearing that fence. I'm telling you, I get younger and younger every day. I feel better.
Says the confident man.
Yes, I feel better
Not the arrogant man.
I feel better now than I did 10 years ago.
That is true. You do. And most people cannot guess your age. That is for sure. I don't know what's happening right now, but okay. When we go to Kentucky this weekend, should we find you a fence? They have lots of fences in Kentucky.
I'm not doing it in Kentucky. I'm doing it in Georgia.
Why does it have to be Georgia? What's the difference?
Because
they have better fences in Kentucky. Where we're going.
I'm not going to the steeplechase.
I'm not taking you to the steeplechase. That is not the part of Kentucky we're going to.
No, I'll do it in Georgia.
Why? You want the whole family there?
The family, yes.
Oh, okay.
Everybody that was there on my first failed attempt.
Oh, I'm inviting many more people.
My first failed.
It's not going to be. It's not going to just be the people who were there the first time.
Matter of fact,
I'm inviting everybody.
I'm even thinking about doing a special.
A
special show that we can air live. I'm right.
I don't know what's happening.
Special show.
What happened?
Of Tony trying to jump over a fence.
You're committed to this, huh? Are you going to practice?
No.
Is it going to be the same fence?
Same fence.
Does that even still exist?
Where that park is.
Oh, we definitely can remember where the park is.
Isn't it in Fayetteville? I think it's in Fayetteville, Georgia, in a park.
Yes, because somebody was playing. It was a soccer field. Yeah.
Soccer,
so he'll remember. There. Well, if he doesn't, his mother will remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right over.
We shall see. We'll be
See the
ready.
cow jump over
Live.
the moon.
Live. Coming to you live.
See the
Will
cow.
he do it? It'll be like watching Evil Knievel.
Yes, it'll be like watching Evil Knievel. But Evil Knievel didn't make it to the other side of Snake River Canyon. I will make it over the fence.
I don't like the way that just took that turn.
It didn't take a turn. You brought up Evil Knievel.
I'm just saying it was like
But
the anticipation of you know.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Evil Knievel's one of his biggest stunts was he was gonna jump over the Snake River Canyon. First,
Right.
he said it was going to be the Grand Canyon,
Yeah,
but they wouldn't let him.
I'm glad.
So he was able to try it over the Snake River Canyon, and he did not succeed.
Like your first attempt.
Yeah, but I did a second attempt and made it already. I just didn't have it on camera.
A decade ago. All right, let's get to our last segment that we call.
Last segment.
Hey.
Did you hear about this? Hey, so did we hear about what?
Well, we're talking about confidence versus arrogance.
Okay.
So I looked up the top 3 ways that you can handle an arrogant person.
Top 3 ways you can handle an arrogant person. And Dave and Sam, hey, I forgot to say, hey, look, everybody check out Dave and Sam's show.
Yes.
The Married Couple Podcast, which is tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern
Yes, on YouTube.
on YouTube.
Yes.
So check them out.
Yes.
Good show.
And John says, so you're going to attempt the fence with some sort of rocket assist?
No. No trampoline. No trampoline. No pole vault.
Oh, well, that would be
Me-
worse because you've never done
However,
that.
I do get to use my hands and toss myself over.
So you're going to get a running start and jump.
Yes.
All right, back to back to the survey. Okay, the third thing to remember.
Maybe I should jump over you.
Oh, nope. I will not get in the way.
That would be
Nope.
better. Let's jump over Jill.
Nope. When I was in the first grade, I still remember this. When I was in the first grade, we were in PE, physical ed, right? And the teacher said, everybody, sit on the ground. Everybody sit down. And everybody did, except for this one little boy. And he kept yelling at the little boy, go sit down, go sit down. So the little boy took off running and jumped over my head. And it made me hit the gym floor.
Ooh.
And it busted my tooth.
Ooh.
So no, Jill does not get in the way of anybody jumping over her ever. And had I seen that coming, I would have gotten out of his way too. But I didn't see that coming.
But you'll know that I'm coming.
No, you are not going to do that to me. Connie wants to know how high the fence is.
The fence must have been 12 foot high.
At least. At least.
No, it was not 12 foot high. It was probably 5 foot high.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
No, it was a lot taller than me, and I'm 4'11".
Taller than you.
I said
5
a lot.
foot.
I said a lot taller than me. A lot taller than me. Not an
No.
inch. A lot taller
It was
than me.
probably 5 foot tall.
I think it was
A
taller.
5 foot fence.
I think it was taller. Pretty sure it was
And
taller.
I used to do high jump.
How many years ago was that? How many decades ago was that? 60?
60 decades.
I was going to see if you got that.
decades
60
ago.
years? 60 years ago?
No, it was much less than 60 years
Anyway,
ago.
I'm trying to do this segment.
Do it. I'm
Okay.
not holding you up. Get it done.
Third thing to consider when you're trying to deal with arrogant people. Remember, it's not about you. They're going to feel superior all on their own, whether you agree with them or not.
Yeah, you said that.
Number 2,
You said
set
that.
limits. Set your own limits and boundaries. If you have to be around arrogant people, like John and I were when we worked in TV, set your limits. Don't hang out with them all the time. Don't go out with them after work. Set your limits if you can. Don't go and know your own triggers. So don't bring things up that you know is going to turn into that kind of conversation. Have as limited amount of interaction as you can. And then the biggest thing you can do is, you're going to like this one because you're the man about love.
Okay.
Be compassionate and patient, because maybe there's a reason they're arrogant. Maybe it is because they have such low self-esteem, actually, in reality. Or maybe it's because they're trying to build themselves up. Or maybe they're just have a superiority complex, and there's nothing you can do about that. So
Perhaps.
Yes.
But it's an interesting thing about journalists.
News consultants, as John says.
News consultants. Hey, but we have many friends that are former journalists.
And many who still are. I'm still a journalist, by the way.
And still are. But
I just don't work in TV.
Our friends that are journalists or still journalists or former journalists, they got out of the business because of
personalities.
And the ones
But that's usually why people leave their jobs anyway, is because of people.
Yeah, and most of the ones that are still in the business are actually striving to leave the business, to try to do something else.
But that is the good thing about journalists. They have many transferable skills.
Yeah, so that's cool.
All right, well, we're over.
We're over. We're over. So over.
And John, you're right. We have the scars to prove it. We sure do. Woo! Don't we? All right, let's wrap this baby up.
So the show's over?
It's over.
Jeez.
Thank you all for your input. We will work on, I don't know when you're going to do this jump.
We got to build it.
But we're going to...
But it's going to be in 2025.
Oh, season 8. Okay.
Season 8. And we'll build it up. Okay.
So, speaking of season 8, this is season 7. And we only have 2 more episodes for this season. So, this season ends on October 30th. So, do come next week and then the following week. And then we're back in January. But when we come back in January, it's going to be bigger and better than ever. And it'll have video of Tony jumping a fence. Maybe. Maybe.
I think I'm going to make it a whole thing.
A whole thing?
A whole thing.
What does that mean?
Well, we have the ability to have gated content.
Aha.
So, I think it'll be part of the gated content.
Oh, you're not going to have it on a regular show?
I think if I'm going to break my neck, people need to see.
You think you're going to break your neck?
If I'm going to risk breaking my neck, people need to pay to see it. Gated content.
Why are you putting that into the universe? You're going to clear the fence and everything's going to be just fine.
Or I may not clear the fence and people will laugh and I'll be okay.
Well, if it's a funny thing, but if you think you're gonna break your neck, don't do it.
I'm not gonna I've never broken my neck before.
Chris is here. Hi, Chris. Hi, family. Chris is a cousin.
Chris.
Hi.
Hey, Chris. Hey, so we're ending the show.
We're ending the show. So again, 2 more episodes of season 7 next Wednesday, the following Wednesday. Kentucky people or Caverna people, I'm going to be in town this coming weekend, and Tony's going to be with me, but we're going to keep him away from the fences. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so we can get in Kentucky and out safely.
So
John says one more thing. The TV business is a cruel and shallow money trench. It sure is. A long plastic hallway where where thieves and pimps run free and good men die like dogs. Then there's a negative side. And he's quoting Hunter Thompson.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, Jill, come on.
All right,
let's
okay.
get us out of here.
Bye, everybody.
Love you all.
Love you all.
Bye.